Alright guys, welcome back, and in this video I want to show you first how to perform an aggressive scan. So up to this point we've been performing a basic scan, and what we did is, let's say we scanned a server, it returned all the most common services like HTTP, MySQL, FTP, and gave us a little bit of information about it, like what ports they're running on, and all of that stuff. Is the port open or not? Well, we can also use Nmap minus capital A, and this does the exact same scan, but it does it aggressively. Now, I don't know why they named it aggressively. It's basically a way to give you more information. So by more information, it means it does things like try to detect the operating system, the actual versions of the services. It does a trace route. So basically a scan just like before. You're going to scan a server or a device or a network, whatever, but it's going to give you a lot more detail. So I'm just going to do this with the new Boston.com. So 54.186.250.79. I can just type the new Boston.com, but I want to show you guys that IP address or domain name. Doesn't really matter. And there you go. We can see that it returns not only the ports, state, and services, but also tries to return the version. It doesn't always get it correct, or it can't always determine it, but there you go. And it tells you a little more information. We're using get, and it also does a trace route, which is pretty cool. And this is what I was talking about, the operating system. So my server is running on Linux. We're actually using Ubuntu for it. So there you go, more information. Now this does in fact return a trace route. In other words, from my computer, whenever I connect to the new Boston.com server, it shows you all of the routers it used to get there, basically the path. Now, instead of just doing that, whenever you want to see the trace route, you can actually single that out. So if you write nmap minus trace route, then you can just type in the IP address of some server or the new Boston.com and hit enter. And what this is going to do is it's just going to show you the trace route. And if you guys are like, that's pretty interesting, but when am I ever going to need this? Well, say that you're connecting to some website and your connection is really slow. You can actually use this to determine the bottlenecks. So it not only tells you the actual routers, but it actually tells you the time that it takes. So if you see that one of these is really slow or taking a long time, then you know that there's probably something funky going on there. So you can investigate it a little bit more if you want. Now, another cool thing that you guys may find handy is, what if you only want to, try to detect the operating system? Instead of just going through, looking through all that clutter, you can write minus capital O. And then you just write the new Boston.com or whatever server, and boom, roast the look of that. So it says running Linux 3 point something, so some version of Linux, and it also says just guessing. So again, like I said, there's no universal API on every server where you can just be like, hey, tell me information about you, and it just gives it to you. Nmap kind of has to try to figure it out. Sometimes it can get it right, sometimes it isn't sure, so it just tells you, okay, we're pretty sure that it's a Linux, but again, note that this is just a guess. We could be wrong. And okay, that's embarrassing. I just had a McDonald's because the grocery store is like a mile away from my house, but I'm way too lazy to go get groceries, so whatever. All right. Now, another thing that you can do is you can actually just single out the service versions. So if you're a minus S capital V, so lowercase s, capital V, then you can write the IP address or the domain name. And again, this is just going to return the version of the services that are running. So there you go. So now you can see that not only do we have this port, state, and service column, but we also have a fourth one called version, and it's going to attempt to give you the version of each service. So if you're, maintaining a bunch of different servers, you can scan them real quick and make sure that every, different service is up to date. And there you go. So there's that. So that is an aggressive scan, basically a way of getting more information about each service. And if you only want a single bit of information, you can single that out as well. So thank you guys for watching. I will smell you guys in the next video.